2 steers are over there. I go to their water trough over there. I think they're tolerating me. Hey!
The pump is gonna turn off because it's overpressured.
We're 2 hitchhikers. We met while hiking Mount Baldy with mutual friends, wasted no time, got engaged on a frozen alpine lake, got hitched, and have been adventuring together since. We're embarking on a new adventure of living big in a tiny home. Let's see how this goes.
Adventure awaits.
Okay, so the bed is going back on because I just fixed the fuel tank. And you can see I am starting to level up. God willing, it works. Alright, now come follow me. Okay, so what I have done is I have replaced the fuel vent and its grommet. I have replaced the fuel filler and its grommet. I replaced the fuel line, and now the tank is sealed up. Fuel level sensor works, and now I get to put all of this back together. I was going to keep the bed off to do the springs, but those don't come in until mid-December. And yeah, I need taillights. So I'm gonna put this bed back on and call it a day.
Back in October, I decided to make a malted amber ale using the pumpkin we had grown last season. I used Willamette, Cascade, and Mount Hood hops, along with some 6-row malted grain, and it turned out pretty darn good. It turned out a little hoppier than intended, but I'm a fan of hops, so I'm okay with it. Poor Ruben, he has to drink hoppy beer for the next few weeks.
What are we doing today?
Stuffing a duck. And giving thanks.
Yes.
Thanksgiving this year was quiet, just the 2 of us. But we really needed a restful few days to catch up on the craziness of the entire year. Our little menu was homemade bread, roasted duck, and savory mashed potatoes made from russet and sweet potatoes, along with homemade stuffing and an apple and cranberry pie. It's pretty neat that more and more we're able to incorporate things that we grow into our regular dishes, especially this Thanksgiving meal.
It's cold.
Oh, wow.
We're finally exploring a little bit more than we, well, we never explore. We're always so busy. but it's another chilly morning, and we decided to come up to
Like Siskiyou.
Lake Siskiyou area. So there's a trail that goes all the way around the lake. It's a little over 7 miles, so we're just exploring to see how far we get, how much we can endure this cold wind that's coming off the lake.
25 degrees right now.
But wind chill, it's definitely a lot colder. So. Hey, look, Ruben, they put a sign here just for you.
I know. I'm gonna have to keep a chainsaw in my work truck. Because God forbid we have a situation like this where we have to cut through a tree in the middle of the road.
And just like that, our lovely afternoon of vitamin D was gone. It was time to head back where the skies are completely covered in clouds and the freezing temperatures just don't seem to let up.
So on our way back from our adventure in the sun, we have been completely covered in clouds here, and we're not getting above freezing temperatures. So on the way back, we stopped at the hardware store and got some extra insulation just to be sure that we don't have any pipes freezing, because the last thing we want is to have frozen pipes and not have running water in the house. So we're just doing some extra insulation this afternoon. So on our water cistern, we have a filter coming from the main irrigation riser that goes into the cistern. So we have a filter there to filter out the bigger particles before they get into the actual water tank itself. Well, when I filled up the cistern last week, I filled it up really high. So I needed to wait until the tank, we used some of the water so that way it drained past a certain point. Then I could flush the filter. Well, I forgot to flush the filter. So since it has been sub-freezing, that filter itself now has frozen water in it. So Ruben is currently running hot water on top of it to melt that ice, and I need to go turn on the water pump. That way we can flush out any possible freezing there is in the line that goes from the riser to the filter.
The pump is gonna turn off because it's overpressured.
I am headed back to the water pump to check the PSI, because the water coming out of the riser that should be filling up the cistern to flush the water, it doesn't seem to be pressurizing. So we just want to make sure that everything is okay. Hopefully it's just slow because it's cold and nothing more, but still have to see. Well, the pump was over pressure just slightly, and it's very likely just because of the freeze. Now, Ruben had me stay here at the pump and he had me do some adjustments, so it was slowly pressurizing and slowly breaking through. In fact, it did break through. So we are filling up the cistern and everything is flushing as it should be at this point. So keep in mind, this is our first winter of having running water. Last winter we didn't have to worry about it. We had one barrel that we utilized for our shower needs, and everything else, all of our drinking water, all of our cooking water, everything else we brought in gallon by gallon. So we haven't had to deal with a winter yet with any of this running infrastructure. So this is a lesson learned, especially for me, that when I fill up the cistern, I have to double check that we do not have any water in that filter, because that could be a domino effect of very, very bad things happening. So far it seems like everything is okay. So I'm gonna head back to the other side, help Ruben kind of finish up wrapping things up over there, and hopefully we can call it an afternoon as far as our area goes. We are helping our neighbor who is out of town feed their cows right now. So we wanna do that before the, well, it gets dark, not that you can tell where the sun's at.
With evening coming and the temperature dropping, we decided to split up our chores. So Ruben is finishing the insulation of the pipes, and I'm heading over to go check on the cows for the evening. It's not too bad now. Okay, so I just broke up some of the ice that was forming on the bull's water trough, and now I'm heading over to the water trough that is specific to the heifers and the calves. They are keeping them separate right now. Hey, dude. Well, I don't think this one's frozen because there are birds there. So that's a good sign. All right, 2 steers are over there. I've got to go to the water trough over there. I'm penned up with them. I think they're tolerating me. Ah, they're charging. Hi. Hi. What's that? So the cows here don't normally get grain, but these 2 steers are getting some right now as a treat. So I think they associate me with treat time. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Now these 2 guys are super playful, but I'm used to being on the other side of the fence and not penned up with them. It's a little nerve-wracking, but I'm just trying to stay calm. They're just curious and they're very playful, but they're still animals. I have to be careful, and they're a lot bigger than me. Is it really thick? You're so gentle, dude. It's so cold out here this morning. Would you like some more? Yummy Granny Smith apples for you, dude. Last one. Gotta go get your hay, all right?
It's pretty thick.
Now the cows would normally be able to break through this on their own, but it's always good just to be sure because we want to make sure that they always have water available.
Definitely thicker than it was yesterday.
They don't remember me yet.
They're There's 2 of us now, so they're like, I don't think I want to rush them.
Look at the others. Look at the others. They're like, hey, hey. They're so cute. Got a little stampede
I
going.
know. Wow, this is really cool. This ice is close to 1 inch thick.
That's just overnight.
You guys, they're going. Go in. Here we go. Which one do you want? You've got first choice. Go on.
Hey, lady.
Well, family, that wraps up this week's update. The weather has been pretty bleak here over the casita, despite what the weather app is saying. It's been saying that we've gotten highs of 45 when in actuality today is the warmest it's been in a week with a high of 28. We haven't had much in the way of true snowfall, but the fog has been freezing because of the cold temperatures and we've been getting a nice and beautiful layer of frost over everything. But we're staying warm and cozy. So much to be thankful for indeed. Hopefully this isn't too much Winter Wonderland B-roll for you, but we know the majority of you are in Southern California and the Southwest, so here you go. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon! Out of curiosity, is there any fuel in that jerry can?
There is pure octane in this tank, not diesel.
I see that blue tape is still on there.
Yeah, I'll take the blue tape off.